broke, but I got morals. What can I say? Hello, Starlets. I'm Sarah from Everyday Starlet. Welcome to my channel. I make videos to inspire you to be the best version of yourself and live your dreams. So if you want to be an Everyday Starlet, be sure you hit that subscribe button and be sure you hit the notification bell so you never miss one of my videos. Today I wanted to do a casual video, and I wanted this to be stress-free, although I'm already stressing out about it, because I wanted this to be like a get ready with me with some new or new-ish products and combine it with a Q&A. And I see a lot of YouTubers do this like so effortlessly, where they're just like doing their makeup and talking about their makeup and they transition into questions, and I'm already getting nervous that I'm gonna be able to do it all at the same time. So I actually did post on all my social media channels that you guys could ask me questions about anything. I have not done a Q&A, I don't think, since I was at 1,000 subscribers, and now I think I just hit 14,000. So I think maybe I'm gonna do a little bit of a life update, answer some of your questions, and try out some new makeup. Some of the stuff I've never used before, so it'll be first impressions. Some of it I've only used like once or twice. So yeah, let's get into this. I'm actually going to start with my eye makeup, and I'm going to be playing around with the Urban Decay Elements Palette. I'm gonna be totally honest with you, the last two Urban Decay makeup palette reviews that I've done that were palettes they sent me, I didn't give them great reviews. The Back Talk palette and the Born to Run palette. Not that either of them were like terrible. I wasn't in love with them and I wasn't excited about them. Actually, the day I think that I posted my Born to Run palette review, this came in my PR and I opened this up and I was so excited about this. I don't know why, because I don't wear a lot of color. For some reason, like the packaging, I mean, I don't really necessarily like round palettes because they don't fit in my palette collection as neatly. But this one works, and I kind of get where they're going with this. Nice big mirror. Hello, there's my camera. But yeah, the colors in this are just, they're so pretty and vibrant, fun. Actually, the day that I got this palette, I was actually going to a drag show, and I actually did a makeup look with this blue and this teal, which was kind of like a peacocky kind of look, and I actually posted it on my Instagram. I'll put a photo here. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. But yeah, I actually also attempted, which I didn't film and I didn't get a great photo of it, I tried to do a neutral eye look with this palette using some of the neutral shades. Like, it's not the best palette for getting a neutral look. It's really more of a palette if you want to do something really dramatic. Even when I did the neutral, it was a pretty dramatic neutral look. But it did look good. I mean, I gotta say, I wore it throughout the day and I looked at myself and I was like, oh, okay. This actually is really pretty. But yeah, it's really more about the colors. So I actually think I'm going to do, because I have a makeup look I'm gonna do, I think next month, closer to Halloween, where I'm gonna be using some of these like purples and pinks and stuff. And I did a neutral. I think I'm gonna do more of like kind of a blue eye makeup look, but maybe a slight variation on the blue that I did in my Instagram photo. So I'm gonna start with my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion, which is, it's pretty much how I start all my makeup looks, because I love this stuff. One thing I did the last time I used this palette, when I did like the dramatic blue look, is I actually used this Tom Ford cream and powder eye color as a base. And I know this is super expensive, but I really love these. And this is in the shade Night Sky, which is like a navy. This is actually a little messy to use. I have several other shades because I'm ridiculous. I feel like this is just gonna go really perfectly with this makeup look. So I'm basically just focusing on the outer edge here. So life update, if you guys haven't been following along with my social media, I don't actually think I have said this on my YouTube channel, and I'm just gonna get a little heavy here for a second, because I know I did post a few things 2 years ago when I was getting married, and I posted like my honeymoon vacation trip on YouTube. And I posted a little bit about getting ready for my wedding, and I did get married 2 years ago, almost exactly 2 years ago. I'm actually in the process of getting a divorce. I have mentioned it on my social media, so some of you may already know this, but I haven't actually mentioned this on my YouTube channel. So I just wanted to say it and kind of get that potential elephant in the room. Some of you might not care, some of you might be like, yeah, we're not here for that. We're here to hear about the makeup. We don't really care. I'm a very open person, and I'm very much like, I'm totally cool with talking about stuff and talking about my life, and that comes from being a stand-up comedian, which some of you may know I'm a stand-up comedian, some of you may not. I'm gonna get to that later in another question, but I'm just very open, and I mean, my life is on YouTube and Instagram, and I'm a very open person when it comes to that stuff. The person I was married to is not. So you will notice like he was very rarely on my channel. He's just a very private person, and I want to respect that. And I feel like this is so cliche, and I've watched so many YouTuber like breakup videos where they say this, but I feel like it's so true, is like it takes two people to make a relationship work and to make a relationship fail. And I could sit here and tell you like my perspective and my point of view about what happened, but there's two sides, and without the other side here to, you know, give their point of view, I just don't think it's fair. So I'm good. I'm in a good place. You know, divorce is difficult. It's a complicated process, way more complicated than I anticipated. I do want to address a question that I keep getting asked. The subject of me getting a divorce comes up. It's usually people that like didn't know my ex. People will be like, they always jump to like, was he unfaithful? Like, I get why people would ask me that question, partly because I feel like that's probably one of the main reasons why people get divorced. And also, we weren't married for very long, so I feel like that's naturally where people's minds are gonna go. But I also am starting to get a little bit of a complex. Like, is there something about me that people think someone's gonna cheat on me? Like, is that why people are asking? But no, it was not an infidelity thing. It wasn't anything like, there was no like one big dramatic thing. It was just a lot of little things, and sometimes things work and sometimes they don't. So I just wanted to put that out there. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with this absolutely stunning shade, which is Sapphire Dream. This, oh, it's just so gorgeous. And I'm actually gonna just like put that on top of my night sky. Honestly, I think you probably could do this with like a black cream, and honestly, you don't have to run out and buy the Tom Ford because it is really expensive. It's just, it's the navy cream shade that I have, but you could really use, you know, like a black, or I think navy really is gonna set this off, but don't go and break the bank just for that one like cream shade. One thing I've been curious about, that I wanted to put that out there because like obviously I've never been through a breakup on YouTube before, and like I have videos like my honeymoon video, which I'm super proud of as like a travel vlog, and there's a few videos that my ex was in, not a lot, not like really high profile videos or anything. I don't know if it's appropriate to leave those up or if I should take them down. Like, I don't know the protocol. If any of you have any advice about YouTube breakups or anything like that, let me know, because I don't really know what the protocol is for that. So, okay, I'm actually going to use, I was actually sent this, the whole collection of the First Aid Beauty Hello Fab Bendy Avocado Concealer. I'm guessing it's because the wand is bendy. I haven't used this. I'm gonna use some of them as my under eye concealer. Never used these before. I'm gonna use the lightest shade, which is the shade 1, I think it's called Bear. And I'm actually just gonna tap this because I've been watching a lot of YouTubers putting down like a really, really light concealer on the lid, like as a base, kind of like almost like a lighter cream shade. I don't know. So I thought I would give it a try. Okay, so now I want to go in with this pale shade right here. It's called Luna. It's a center shade right here. It looks like it's a very like sparkly white. And I want to pack this on and kind of like blend it in together so it kind of becomes like an ombre effect. I'm actually kind of basing this off a look I saw Chloe Morello do. I think I saw it on her Instagram, but she had a YouTube tutorial on it, and she used the Pat McGrath, I think, shadow palette, but I don't have that, so I thought I would try it with this. It was like her like Grease inspired makeup look, but she did hers as a halo eye, and I don't like halo eyes on me quite as much. I tend to like, I don't know if there's a term for it, but like the darker on the outside, the lighter on the inside. I just feel like it works better for my eye shape. I've been loving playing around with this palette, and I've been wearing, like, because of this palette, I've been wearing more brights lately. I gotta say, because I use the primer, when I wore this one for my night out the other night, honestly, like, it lasted all night. Like, it didn't crease, and I mean, I was out, like, in the heat, in you know, like a sweaty drag show, and there was no creasing. It didn't fade. It looked amazing. I will say though, if I did touch my eye or anything, it got on my hands. So like it transferred, but it didn't fade. I did use the shadow primer like I always do, and I also sprayed it with the all-nighter makeup mist from Urban Decay. So that probably helped it stay. So it can get messy. It can get a little messy when you touch it, but I didn't notice any creasing or anything. So this is a little bit of a messy palette. You do get a little bit of fallout, although I didn't get a huge amount. I got a little bit, but not a huge amount, but I was super careful about it. If you like colors and shimmers and just like a fun palette, I'm like in love with this. Okay, I'm gonna blend everything together. Okay, I was sent a few things from Sigma, which I've never used any Sigma products before, but they reached out to me and they sent me a package. I'm not gonna use everything they sent me, but I wanted to try out a few of the things they sent me. I don't have like an affiliate code with them. Just a note, because I know there's a lot of drama about the beauty industry and like who's getting paid what. I'm not getting paid $60,000. I have never been paid $60,000 for anything. I don't even make that in a year. You probably didn't think that I did though, seeing as though my channel isn't that big. I do get sent products. I always try to tell you when I'm sent a product, and I will always tell you, and I always have, when something is sponsored. And I don't do a lot of sponsored videos because I don't get offered a lot, but I also don't want to do ones that I don't really believe in. I'm broke, but I got morals. What can I say? I do monetize my videos when they don't get demonetized, but I do also use affiliate links. I use skim links. I think I have a link to skim links in my description box. It's like if you want to sign up for it. You know, in case any of you aren't familiar with an affiliate code, basically it means if you purchase a product through my link, I get a percentage. It's a very small percentage, but I do get a percentage. It doesn't change the price for you at all. I just get a little bit of money. That's all it is. So I'm gonna use the Sigma liquid pen eyeliner to do a liquid liner with this look, although I might regret that. I actually had a request to do this and explain what I'm doing on camera and not like just speed through it. So we'll see how this works. And I've never used this pen before, so I don't know how this is gonna work. What I try to do is I try to start with a line going out this way, and then I try to sweep a line across the top. One eye is always easier than the other for everyone, almost everyone. I should use the eye that's more difficult first, which is this eye, but I never remember to. And I just try to touch it up. I've had people criticize my eyeliner technique. They tell me I do it wrong. If you don't want to do it this way, you don't have to do it this way. That's your decision. So it's just, I try to make a line. I try to swoop. And I just sort of try to fill in. This liner is okay. It's not my favorite. My favorite is the Stila, in case any of you don't know. Stila Stay All Day. Absolute favorite. I've tried all of them. I have a video reviewing all of them. Not every liner, but a lot of them. And yeah. So yeah, that's kind of how I do it. Some days like that actually went pretty quickly. So yeah, maybe this one isn't that bad. Some days it goes really quickly and easily. Some days it takes forever. And then I try to kind of clean up underneath it. I'll also do that with concealer too, but like I definitely got the shadow lower than I should have. Sometimes you get to touch up your shadow depending, you know, you play around, you do what works. Okay, now I do have a lash lift and tint, but mine are actually drooping a little bit. Okay, I was sent this by CoverGirl. This is the Lash Blast Amplify Primer and Flourish by Lash Blast. Okay, I'm not usually a fan of lash primers, but I'm gonna give it a try. Nice thick wand here. Honestly, this is not the eye makeup look to test out mascara and lash primers because you're not gonna see it very much. You know, we're testing out new makeup, so why not? Again, I'm forgetting to answer your questions. I like poured my heart out to you about my quickie marriage, which basically, I had a quickie marriage, so it basically makes me a Kardashian, you know, without the money and the sex tape. Although I have had a few videos demonetized on YouTube, so I don't know. One was because it was my like cool sculpting back video, because the thumbnail was pretty suggestive and I was kind of like, my back looks good in this picture, so I want to use it anyway. And then also my sports bras video, because I mentioned breasts. It's like the least sexual bra video ever, and whatever, but it's demonetized. So it's almost like a sex tape, except I made less money after that. I'm not doing this right, I don't think. I'm not, life in general, I'm just not doing it right. All right, so this is actually a, it looks like a synthetic brush. It's kind of small. I don't know. It doesn't appear like it's clumpy or anything. It looks nice. I don't really know if this is like wowing me. I feel like the bristles are actually kind of like separating the lashes, so it's like making it not clumpy. Okay, I'm gonna work on my face for a little bit because it needs work, and I'm gonna try to answer your questions. I had a few questions about my stand-up comedy career, which I'm using my Veil, I use this every single day. You'd think I'd get the name right? I'm using my Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer because that's what I always use and I love it. So for those of you that don't know, before I started YouTube, I did stand-up comedy for 10 years, and then I took a little bit of a break, and I'm actually back into it now. So I had a few questions about my comedy career. Okay, I'm actually going to use the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter foundation. I actually did a review of this foundation. I reviewed like a bunch of Fenty Beauty products that I have a video on, which is a coincidence because I actually did this and then I wore the makeup look to a stand-up comedy show that I was doing, and it was like so bad it was funny, so I put clips from the comedy show. So if you want to see like what a show is when it's like you're bombing but it's kind of funny, watch that video. I'll try to link it to this one. I actually kind of did like the foundation, but the shade was really off for me, and I think this is probably a better shade for me. I did use this once and I was like, yeah, now my face looks better. And I'm actually going to use, because this was sent to me with my Sigma stuff, it's a Sigma flat kabuki, so I thought I would use this for my foundation. So yeah, one of the questions I got about my comedy career is, when's your next show? And that's actually a hard question to answer. It's hard to answer because I don't know when you're gonna be watching this video. I feel like for some reason my YouTube videos get really popular like months, sometimes even a year after I post them. I like to think it's because I'm so far ahead of my time. It's probably not true, but humor me. I have a link in the description box that brings you to my website comedy show calendar. I think it's listed under like see me at a live comedy show or something like that in the description box. I try to keep that updated as much as I possibly can. I try to update you on Instagram mostly, I feel like. You know what I think I might do? I'm just thinking of this right now and I'm throwing this out there. I might actually do this later. Is actually start like a highlight, because I usually put up my Instagram stories so I don't clutter up my Instagram feed with you know, like show flyers and stuff. So I put up my Instagram stories, but then those only last a short time. I might do like a highlight that has like my upcoming comedy show flyers. I mostly do stuff in New England. If you're not in the New England area, I don't, as of right now, travel a whole lot. But if you really want me to come stand up in your hometown, you know, hey, call your local comedy club. Tell them you want to see me. You never know what might happen. This kabuki brush isn't bad. I like it. It's not making me want to give up any of my other foundation brushes, but I think it's doing a decent job. I'm actually going to go over this with my beauty blender because I always do that. So I think I'm going to do my brows now, which I'm not using any new products, but that way I don't have to talk about them, so I can just kind of do my brows and answer some questions because I feel like this video is already going to be really long. I did get a question. Basically, it's, does it ever become difficult to separate your comedy from your more serious and inner soul-connecting online platform messages? Or have you found a happy medium that best makes you comfortable doing both? And I did kind of want to talk about that. When I started my YouTube channel, well, my blog, Everyday Starlet, and my YouTube channel, I wanted it to be completely separate from my stand-up comedy career. I think that's why a lot of you, when I do mention stand-up, or I have a few stand-up videos on this channel now, like a lot of you were like, I had no idea you did stand-up, and I had been doing it for like 10 years because I just really wanted to keep it separate, because the reason I started my channel was because, you know, doing stand-up, it's gotten better, but it is a very male-dominated field. Even today, even though there's more women in it than there ever have been. And, you know, I don't mind hanging with the guys. You know, I don't mind hanging out with, you know, being the only girl in a room full of, you know, male comedians talking comedy. Like, that doesn't bother me at all. Sometimes you just feel like you want to hang out with somebody or talk to somebody who's like really girly and into makeup and fashion and like things that you're really into. So that's kind of why I started my blog and YouTube channel, was just because I wanted to kind of connect with other people who were into like makeup and beauty and fashion and stuff like that, and that was kind of my reasoning for it. And I kept everything separate for a long time, and now like my Instagram is become a lot more like body positivity along with beauty and fashion and like kind of a combination of everything. And I feel like for a long time, I felt a lot of pressure to make everything connect to comedy or make everything like had to be funny because I was a comedian, and like if I didn't want to say I was a comedian on YouTube or on Instagram or whatever, because it's like, well, are people gonna just expect me to have to be funny all the time? And I do think I'd still get that from some people, like, well, you don't seem funny in your videos and stuff. And it's like, well, because I'm not always trying to be funny, and it kind of like, I had sort of an epiphany moment that like, you know, doing stand-up is a part of who I am, but it's not all of who I am. I don't have to be funny all the time. Like if I'm booked at a comedy show and I'm getting paid to do comedy, yeah, I have to be funny, you know? And I've had people reach out to me and be like, oh, you know, maybe you should do like your body positivity Instagram stuff on a separate Instagram and have like just a comedy Instagram. And I'm like, personally, I don't have the attention span to separate things. And I don't want to anymore. Like, I just feel like right now, Everyday Starlet and my Instagram handles are just my name, Sarah Blodgett. I just feel like I want it, it's me. It's my personal brand and it's who I am. And you know, maybe it's really dumb of me not to separate the two or to separate everything, but right now I don't want to separate it. Like I want it to just all be together and just all be me. And you know, if you like me and you like, you know, my body positivity and my motivational messages that I post on Instagram, you know, if you like my beauty posts and stuff, then you might like my style of comedy. Like if you like me, you might like other things. And if you don't like certain things, you don't like, you know, you can pick and choose. You know what I mean? You don't have to like my posts that are comedy related if you're not here for comedy. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I kind of was in a place for a while where I wanted to keep everything separate, and now I'm just kind of like, I just want everything to be me and just who I am. And I don't know if that's the right decision, but it feels like the right decision for me right now. I know that wasn't funny, but that's my answer. Okay, I'm gonna do my concealer now, and I'm gonna use, again, the Bendy Avocado Concealer. I don't know why it's called Bendy, but what I normally do when I do my under eye concealer, if you've ever seen me do it, you know I do this. I use 2 shades of the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I use Honey, which is like the perfect shade for my dark circles because it's kind of like a warm peachy shade. And then I use like just sort of like a lighter concealer shade under my eyes. That tends to not work with anything other than the NARS, which is why I only use the NARS, but I kind of wanted to try it with another type of concealer. So I'm gonna actually try shade 3, which is a little bit warmer and peachier on the areas where I have more dark circles. It's actually not too bad. All right, I had a few like sort of style questions. Just a couple. One I actually don't even think was for my Q&A. I think it was actually like a spam promotional thing, but I'm gonna answer it anyway because I thought it was kind of a cool question. Basically, it's what's your favorite accessory to wear? I'm super into hoop earrings. Like I feel like I go through phases where I like want to wear hoop earrings all the time, and then some phases where I'm kind of like, I just don't wear earrings. But I'm super into hoop earrings again. And I also like, I didn't even really think of it as an obsession until I actually was organizing my sunglass collection and realized how many sunglasses I have. But yeah, I'm a little bit of a sunglass addict. Love my sunglasses. I feel like they're just the perfect like extra accessory. So sunglasses and hoop earrings probably my favorite accessories. And I also, one of the things I love about stuff like jewelry and sunglasses and stuff is like, because I've gained and lost weight a lot in my lifetime, they always fit. Like, you're never like, oh, these sunglasses don't fit. I gained weight or I lost weight or something. Like sunglasses, jewelry, stuff like that. I did have a question about any recommendations on where to buy sexy lingerie for us curvier women. For those of you who don't know, I've been posting a lot of like lingerie stuff on my Instagram. I don't know how my Instagram turned into such a lingerie heavy page, but it did somehow. You gotta give the people what they want, right? So yeah, because I'm very full busted. I know you can't tell in this video, but I am. I'm actually planning on doing a whole video where I talk about like bras and stuff like that for like fuller busted women. Kind of like I did a sports bra one, which I have, which I'll link to this one. I wanted to mention that question because I am gonna make a video about that. I'm actually doing a little bit more research and trying out a few brands. If you have any brands that you recommend that you want me to try out to talk about in the video, let me know and leave a comment below. If you have any like full busted bra lingerie brands, let me know, leave a comment. This concealer is good. I don't know if it's giving me as much coverage as my NARS though. Like it goes on very lightweight, and it feels very lightweight, but I don't see it replacing my NARS. Nice concealer though, and if you find like the NARS too heavy for you, or if you don't have a lot of concealing, you just want to even out your skin tone a little bit, but you don't need like a lot of concealer, or you don't have a real problem with dark circles, could be a good option for you. I just don't see myself using it all the time. All right, I'm actually gonna use my Hourglass. I guess I never talked about this on my channel before, but this is the Hourglass translucent setting powder. It's pricey, but I love it. Hourglass just knows face products. You gotta give it to them. They know their face products. I'm actually just gonna take a little bit more of the Sapphire Dream, just very, very lightly, because I don't wanna mess up anything, really. Just gonna kind of go just on the lower lash line a tiny bit. I may regret that. I think I might actually go in with the Luna shade again, although now I'm getting the Luna shade all covered in blue, and just kind of smudge that kind of a little bit like an ombre thing. I'm kind of going more towards the center. Okay, yeah, I don't like that. Maybe if I smudge it. Yeah, probably regret that, but whatever. I'm just gonna clean it up a little bit. I have to go grocery shopping when I'm done with this. People are gonna be like, what? What? Okay, I got a few questions that I don't actually even think were serious. I think they were somebody making a joke, but I'm gonna go through them because why not? I'm gonna put some of my Hourglass powder just all over my face to set my makeup. Okay, paper or plastic? The environmentalists watching, reusable bags. My honest answer, whatever's free. Is there an existential threat to the relationship between Cardi B and Nicki Minaj? I don't know the whole story. I know there was a shoe thrown. I know it was a fashion show. I don't really know the deal. I think it's all staged. I am so cynical at this point. I don't think any celebrity does anything that isn't pre-planned for publicity. Just gonna say it. Sigma sent me this Cor de Rosa Aura powder, face powder. I don't really know if this is the shade I would use. I'm guessing it's like a blush. And they also sent me, this is probably for highlighter. It's called Spotlight Duster. So yeah, this is probably for highlighter, and this is probably a blush, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if I like this color. I don't usually like blush, but I have it, so I thought I would give it a try. So, apples of my cheeks. Yeah. Okay, are there sports bras for dudes or just for the ladies? I have a very good friend. His name is Mr. John Kelly. He actually, I think, appears in a vlog that I did I judged a drag competition. He's one of my very dear friends, and he actually has a whole bit about that. If you guys, I'll try to link the vlog to this one. It's not, his bit isn't in the vlog, but yeah, he talks about being a guy trying to get in shape and wearing a, as he calls it, a mana bra. So shout out to you, JK. Okay, how much wood can a woodchuck chuck? A woodchuck would chuck all the wood he could chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. Don't mess with someone who's taking acting classes when it comes to tongue twisters, because we know our enunciation. I'm just gonna do my usual contour stuff, which I've done in a million videos, so I won't talk about it. Okay, are all things you do related to attaining a meaningful sense of self or superficial? Honestly, I rarely ever do anything just for the superficial. I almost always have a deeper meaning for everything, even if it's only a deeper meaning in my own mind. And this is actually the only relationship question I got, is what kind of relationship attracts you more, physical or mental? No canned answers. I am gonna use a new to me, a lot of people have been using this, a lot of people have been talking about it. This is the Fenty Beauty highlighter, Mean Money and Hustler Baby. I guess this is, yeah, this is Mean Money. I'm gonna kind of do this one first. I almost feel like this could be a blush, like a subtle blush, but like I like subtle blush. And then I'm gonna do Hustler Baby over it. Here's the thing, I'm gonna answer my question about what I'm looking for in a relationship, and I feel like when I get asked this and I give my answer, people get really defensive. Like it may not be the answer they would give, and like they want to defend their answer, and my answer is my answer, your answer is your answer. Don't compare the two. Side note, I'm gonna use this Fenty Beauty, this is the new Diamond Bomb highlighter in How Many Carats. How gorgeous is this? This is like, oh my god. Yes, being physically attracted to someone is important. Like this highlighter I'm physically attracted to. But like, for me that only goes so far. And you need something else. And like, I'm not that particular when it comes to looks, when it comes to people. And don't like, because I feel like people are like, you have to be physically attracted. I get that. I totally get that. I'm actually gonna use this as an inner corner highlight too, because I think it'd just be so pretty. Like, I know people who have like the person they're looking for, like physically, like down to eye color. And I'm not that particular about what someone looks like. I'm more, this is probably a canned answer, but like, I feel like I can see the beauty in a lot of different people and a lot of different looks. And I don't just mean that in like a romantic sense of like someone I would date. I mean like in like friendships and just like people in life. Like, I feel like I can see the beauty in like a lot of different people and a lot of different looks. So for me, it's like the physical only goes so far, but truly, like, I need to have a mental connection. Like, we need to have like our sense of humor needs to be compatible, like our goals, our dreams. That stuff is so important. And like the physical, I feel like, yeah, I mean, you can be physically attracted to a lot of people, but the other stuff needs to be there too, you know, if that, I don't know if that really answered the question, but I'm gonna pretend it did. Okay, those were all the questions, and I really just do a lip look right now. I'm just using MAC Soar Shocker because this is the lip liner I use all the time, and it's like, I just ordered a new one. It hopefully will be coming soon. When I want like a nude lip, honestly, my go-to is the Kylie Cosmetics Velvet in Charm. This is like my go-to nude lip, so I feel like this works with like any eye makeup look that I do, because it's like the perfect kind of like pinkish nude for me. Normally I would just leave it like a matte lip. It's a velvet lip, but velvety matte lip. Because I have so much going on in the rest of my face, I actually really want to use the Fenty Beauty. This is the Gloss Bomb in Diamond Milk. Yummy. It's like peachy and I just, smells good. So I'm just gonna dot that in the center. It's subtle. It's just gonna give it a little bit more dimension. It smells nice and I wanted to use it. It's so pretty. This is the makeup look, and yeah, I'm gonna go try to fix my hair and probably take some Instagram pictures and a thumbnail photo and stuff. If you guys have any other questions that you wanna ask me, leave them below. I can always do another Q&A. I really should do them more often, like not like every 2 years or something like that. So let me know, questions, comments. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please give it a big thumbs up. A while back, I was suffering from anxiety and depression, and I truly believe that beauty and makeup and taking care of myself saved my life. And I believe it can save yours too. So if you want to be an everyday starlet, be sure you hit that subscribe button. You can follow me on all my social media channels, especially Instagram. They will all be linked in the description box below, along with links to all these products that I can find links to. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you join me next time.